Welcome back, fellow gig economy drivers, workers, independent contractors, whatever you call yourself. In today's quick little prequel to the live event we have going on tomorrow night, I'm going to share with you an article, talk a little bit about what's happening in the gig economy, people exiting, people entering this space, food delivery in particular, why we're seeing saturation levels, but also why more people are going back to W-2 work possibly. Let's talk. Mr.BetonYou back at you once again. Now, let's start this video off. I did a video a couple days ago talking about why I think the days of the full-time gig work, food delivery specifically, are over for the majority of us. I think many of us have been doing this full-time, and we're starting to see a lot of people say they're making less money year over year. I think that trend will continue, not for all, but for the majority. That's also why we see so many people that used to just have DoorDash or Uber, now they have 5 more apps because we need to adapt. We need more opportunities because it becomes harder and harder to make money with just 1 or 2 apps, right? But the reason I made a video the other day is because I believe, like I just said, the full-time opportunities are going to start diminishing. And you're not going to be able to sustain a way of making money. DoorDash is not a career, not even really a job. It's an opportunity. Now, look at this article here, though. Okay, because in my market, oversaturation is hit. I see more new people than ever before. And I'm also noticing the people that used to work a lot of DoorDash, let's say 30 plus hours a week, are working less. So it goes to kind of what we're going to talk about tomorrow as well. But this article that I read is basically saying a lot more people are going back to W-2s because W-2s are offering higher wages. So think about like your fast food joints, your restaurant places, parts sectors of the service industry, maybe it's even a salary position. They're offering more money to start because they understand that there's a demand. Like they need workers. A lot of people don't want to work, so they're trying to make people come in by offering them a better wage than, let's say, pre-pandemic times, right? So we do have people that were using the gig economy as that gap between employment or trying it out. Maybe they're not seeing as much money, going back to W-2. So we have people going back to W-2. We have new drivers coming in because they already possibly have a W-2. They need to supplement their income, or they left the W-2, so they're new into the gig economy, food delivery space, or rideshare space. So we have like this exodus, then we have new people coming in. That's the flow of how it really should be and how it really is in most lines of work that should be more temporary or goal-oriented, where I'm going to work this food delivery app this amount of time, make this amount of money, then I'm out. I think, and we'll get into it more tomorrow, it will be an unpopular opinion for some, but I believe that is how the apps should be worked and looked at for a majority of us. Now, a very small percentage will be able to, I'm just going to do this forever. I have no end game in sight. I have no goals. I'm going to work 40 hours a week in the gig economy and I'll be okay. That could work for a lot of you guys out there, but you are in the minority. I don't feel like it's going to be sustainable for most, and it shouldn't, because if it was, then none of us would really be able to make full-time income if everybody wanted to make full-time income. And DoorDash and Uber and Instacart and Grubhub, they know this. They understand their turnover is very high. They understand most of the people that do this work 4 to 10 hours a week, which is extremely part-time. They work 1-2 days a week on their time off for months at a time, and then they never turn on the app again. I also believe that's why DoorDash and the gig economy economists and experts are telling us there's millions of people on the apps not active. I believe there are a lot of drivers, like my girlfriend, a couple of friends of mine, that have done it for weeks or a month at a time, still have an active account, but do not currently dash. So I believe while there are a lot more new drivers, there's also people going back to W-2. So we're going to see this flow of things. Now, let's talk about what we're going to get into tomorrow. Like I said in the video the other day, and I said today, I don't want you to look at this and say, I'm going to do this full time and I'm going to be great. I'm going to be fine, because maybe you're somebody that just started this and you've had a good couple of weeks. Maybe you've had a good couple of months. It won't be sustainable. So there'll come a point, and we're seeing it on YouTube with other content creators. We're seeing it in the Reddit books, comment section. Pedro, I left DoorDash. I don't do DoorDash anymore. I went back to a W-2. I see it in the comments. I see it all over in forums and videos. The people that used to make good money with it are seeing that it's harder to do that now. whether it's because programs or saturation or whatever, the economy, a lot of consumers are pinching the budget, tightening the belt. Food delivery is a luxury for a lot of people, and it's become a convenience. But when you don't have the money, some people, not all, won't spend it. So there's more fishermen, or the same amount of fishermen and women at the pond or the lake, whatever, the body of water, but there's less fish or the same amount of fish. Please don't look at this as a full-time solution to long-term income. If this is also the only way you're making money, if this is 100% of your income, call me Paul Revere. I want you to think about how long will that last for you. Please at least have an exit strategy, a plan B, C, D, E, F, whatever, however long you want to go into alphabet. Because I think for many of you, there'll come a time where you will start to see your earnings go down, your opportunities become less. And if all of your income is on DoorDash, Uber, whatever, it will probably become harder. You might have to go back to a W-2. You might have to bet on yourself like many of you guys have. And you see me trying to do the same thing, having another way of making money actively, or in my recommendation, passively. And if you work on that right now, whether it is content creation, blogging, starting a business, resell this, getting a license in real estate, getting a trade for a particular skill, maybe you're putting yourself through school. There's so many different ways to make money. If you start that now, when 2024 and 2025 come back around, right? I've been making videos for 2 years. So we'll go 2 years in the future, 2025, almost summer of 2025. If you start looking at things right now, I guarantee you'll be in a better spot 2 years from now. Don't wait until you have to do something. Actively be proactive and work on those passive or different active streams of income now, because the delivery apps aren't going anywhere, but most of you won't sustain what you're making now forever. You just won't. And the more apps that you add on, the more apps that the consumers know about, more people will then start working those apps. At some point, you'll run out of options, right? Within this food delivery space. There's a lot of other gigs out there. Okay, a lot of other really great gigs you might be able to tap into if you still want to be independent, and maybe you don't want to start a business, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do creation, you don't want to write, you don't want to get a skill, you're not going to school. I get it, right? Maybe you're older, you're a retirement age, and this is your spending money. That could work. That could still be really good. But I believe the earnings for even those people will continue to go down. They're not going to go up. I know I'm rambling. I want to give you guys a little prequel to tomorrow's live. And listen, our money needs to go up. In this line of work, there is a little bit of a market cap. You're not going to make $50,000 one year, $60,000 the next year, $65,000 the next year, $70,000 the next year, and work the same amount of hours. Not going to happen for most of you guys. If anything, you'll make the same, probably less. With inflation on the rise, you're putting your hamster on a wheel, and you're going to get really tired. So start thinking about that now. Tomorrow's live will not be for everybody, but I want a lot of full-timers in there. I know, and listen, I am on the cusp of full-time and part-time. I only worked 18 hours this week. The week before, I worked a little bit more, right? So there are weeks I work close to 32, maybe even 40, right? And then there are weeks I work half of that, because we try to do other things and make other ways of money. Chasing these $6 and $7 and $8 orders, or sitting in your car and wishing and praying and crossing your fingers for a really good banger order that's $20 to $40. It's a hard way to make a living. It's a great way to make it part-time, in my opinion. It's worked for me full-time, but only because I had a goal and had other things going on in the background. And this channel is one of those things, and I'm humbled and grateful for that. But continue to bet on yourself, set goals, do it one day at a time. The gig economy should not be a full-time solution, a full-time income, long-term. All my full-timers, I'm looking for you guys tomorrow. All my part-timers that were full-time and have had success, come and join the live stream tomorrow. It will be open to all. Live chat, StreamYard link, be a part of the show. I'm looking for new opinions. I'm looking for people to tell me, Pedro, I'm full-time. I've been full-time forever, and I think I'll be able to do this forever. You might be part of that very minority group, which is great. But I don't think clearly not all of us could have that same experience. So my role on YouTube is to challenge you guys to figure out what is the next move, what is the next step, so you can protect yourself when 2025 comes and these apps are continuing to change. If they're changing and you're not, you are in trouble. I'll see you tomorrow. If you like this video or others, check out this one here. Consider hitting subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments.